I wanted to make a quick video talking about the latest episode of Star Wars Rebels, Twin Suns. We're finally headed back to Tatooine. It's about time we get there again in the Star Wars universe. I have not talked about Rebels on this show, or on this channel yet. I was going to do a review of the full season, but I think this episode that we just had premiere today is so important to the Star Wars story and so important to a lot of the stuff that we've seen on Rebels. I wanted to talk about it really quick. And in particular, I want to talk about the scene with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. Because that is some of the most amazing stuff I have seen on Rebels. And I've watched all the episodes, I've seen the complete seasons. But this was a really emotional episode if you have been a fan of Darth Maul since The Phantom Menace and you've seen the Clone Wars. And you watched him in this season and the last season of Rebels. Everything has been leading up to this moment for Darth Maul. And I know there's some controversy over if his demise in this episode and in the overall story of Star Wars was too sudden and too quick. So spoilers if you have not seen the episode, I'm going to point that out right now. Darth Maul is dead. We finally see Darth Maul come to his untimely demise at the hands of Obi-Wan. And we're set up from the beginning of the series to expect that this is going to be a big fight between these two characters. These two people who are rivals, pretty much, they're enemies. We're going to see them fight, but we know Obi-Wan is going to survive, and we know Darth Maul has to die. He's too important to the story, and he would be too important to the story of Luke Skywalker to live to this point. So yes, Darth Maul dies in this episode, and I think it's the subtle nuance in the way that it's portrayed on the screen where we could have got a big fight. We could have had a huge dramatic fight between these two guys, set up that, and see Obi-Wan kill him really in this intense fight. But there was a standoff between the two of them at the beginning. Everything Darth Maul has set up for, or now in this case he's just known as Maul, everything Maul has set up for at this point is to meet Obi-Wan. And now that he's met Obi-Wan, this is it for him. He knows this is his last chance to actually find what he's doing. But he is still a Sith, and he's still got those abilities, but he's full of rage, he's full of anger, he's full of hate. Much like Anakin at the end of Revenge of the Sith. But you can see, going back to the Phantom Menace, when these two first fought each other, when they had their first fight, Obi-Wan beat him there too. Cut him in half. You know, that's how it goes. Now they're coming back, they're older men, and Maul has been blinded by his hatred, by his anger, but Obi-Wan has nothing done but train. He has trained his whole life. And now he's an old man, he's got all these abilities. And they could have totally gone into this big fight, but the fact that they didn't even have a fight, that Obi-Wan, they strike each other once, and Obi-Wan cuts his lightsaber and cuts Maul, and Maul is dead. It was so powerful and was so impactful. And you can see that Obi-Wan is powerful, and that's what they portrayed in that one scene. He's not the young Padawan we've seen in The Phantom Menace. He's even more powerful than what we've seen in Clone Wars. And he knew Maul was coming. He was prepared for this, too. And the most powerful scenes are when we see, even though they have hatred for each other, and they have a rivalry, and they're enemies, Obi-Wan still lifts up his head on Maul's dying breaths, and holds him there. And you can see Maul really is sad. He's really just broken, and he's accepting his death, which is something I wasn't expecting to see in this episode. I thought Maul was going to go down this hardcore fighter just till the end, but he died the warrior's way. He had this breath of air in him where he knows there's a chosen one. And since he hates the Emperor as much as he hates Obi-Wan, he's alright to be defeated in battle at this moment. It's powerful and it's emotional. He knows that this chosen one, who is Luke, it's not Anakin, it's Luke. This chosen one that Obi-Wan has watched for all these years can actually defeat the Emperor, can defeat the Empire. And Maul is accepting that in his final breaths. Everything Maul has worked for in this season has come to an end because he realizes he's an old man. He's full of rage, he's full of hate, he'll never get the job done. So when he finally has to fight the extremely powerful Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he loses with one swipe, he's accepted his death and knows that he will never defeat the Emperor But who will? Luke Skywalker. I love Rebels. This episode made me super happy to see the Sand People, to see Luke at the end, to hear all of everything that was in this episode. It was incredible. It was powerful, especially the scene of Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. And I just think we got so much more to come in Rebels, and I'm really excited. So that's going to do it for me. If you have any opinions on what you think Obi-Wan or Darth Maul went through on these final moments together, let me know what you think. I'd like to hear it. May the Force be with you.